On Monday, arch rivals in the Intercounty Arena in Guyana, Demerara and Berbice, were set to play their second round match right here at the number 69 Vikings Cricket Club ground in Upper Quarantine, Berbice. However, rain had the final say. Despite the hard efforts of the ground staff, play was called off. Actually, it was called off just after the toss. Demerara would have won the toss and opted to field. The groundsmen worked overtime, but a wet pitch, as you can see, called off the match, and its points shared even here in the second round encounter. Both teams would have headed into this encounter with dominant victories over the respective Essequibo team and the Rising Stars 11 squad. With me to discuss thus far how are some promising signs in this tournament is chairman of the junior selection panel, Andre Percival. Former national player yourself, now in the realm of selection of a vital age group in the country. I know this round would have washed out here in Berbice, but the match in Georgetown is ongoing. What are some positive signs you're seeing thus far from the young under 15 cricketers in Guyana?
First of all, the game in Essequibo, I could see Demerara got some talented players, also Essequibo a few that we need to work with. So I was so happy to come here at number 69 ground to look at Berbice versus Demerara to see more talent. But unfortunately, the weather, says it all. But by the looks of it and corresponding with my rest of selectors, there's a lot of talent here.
Before the match, we were having a conversation about how competitive it was in yesteryears, how strong a lot of these under 50 matches would be. Guys would be scoring youth hundreds, 5 wicket hauls. The pacers themselves would be, at a decent pace. How is that for you, coming from that high level of competitiveness to seeing maybe not that high of a competitive nature right now in youth cricket in Guyana?
Well, back in our time and years ago, I think we were different type of players and also different strength of players as well. Looking at the youngsters now, they're so tiny and they really need to develop a good body structure, especially the fast bowler and the batters that need to, their shoulder need to be a little more strong so that they could stroke the ball or hit the ball for fours and sixes. But they are young and they still need to grow more. So I expected as they develop, they're gonna be more competitive with the gear, with whatever the game takes for them to get there.
Just as there are like two more rounds left, there's going to be obviously a final preliminary round, and then there's going to be a final, something that usually doesn't happen in this competition. That's going to be on Friday. But from those two matches, what are some work you've already seen? And this is your coaching cap, I'm thinking here now. What are some work you believe that is going to be needed after this competition concludes? Whenever you select that maybe 20-man squad, whatever number you get, you're looking to work with them before they head off to the regional under 15 tournament.
Yeah, I think not me alone, other coaches, we will look and try to tidy up their techniques, so that they could get better and better and look properly, especially if they're playing a sweep shot or a cut or pull. So we will look at those things and we will work to help them so that, Guyana could produce some quality and proper players, So that's it.
Just one quick thing. The talent IQ on Saturday, the BCB would have had a bit of interactive session with some former great international cricketers and some of them who have dominated the regional level. One big thing that popped up, I would say, is that a lot of the young players, the IQ in terms of understanding the game is a bit low. Is that something you would say that is shocking and something you would want to work with to improve the IQ levels of some of these young players? When I speak about IQ, we're talking about the game, understanding how long is a session, or stuff like that about the game. They're not so up to date with.
Yeah, we really need to work in that area for them to know exactly, especially their role, whatever they're doing, batting, bowling, or fielding. We really need for them to work in that area. And in terms of batting, if the team is in a rocky situation, they need to bat and build a partnership just to get a team out. So in general, we need to work on that. As I was saying just now, they're young, and they're still learning. And to me, they have to learn and learn fast because time goes by very fast at this time.
That there was Andre Percival, chairman of the junior selection committee at the Guyana Cricket Board. So there's still one more preliminary round remaining. Is Dave Ryan Guyana Cricket Board Intercounty under 15 tournament. After that round is going to be a final. Should we have a hole in Georgetown on Friday? That's going to be the final here at the Georgetown Cricket Club. After which all the selectors would sit and fine tune a squad to prepare for the upcoming regional under 15 tournament. Reporting for the newsroom from Upper Quarantine here at the number 69 ground, I am Akeem Greene.